What's up, everybody? We got me, Kyrie's Clark, and then we got this man needs no introduction because we know who he is. We got the greatest of all time right here, Albert Bostic, doing his thing. Um,
Thank you. I appreciate that.
how are you? How are you today, Albert?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm
I
doing.
was
I'm
very
doing well.
excited.
I had a eventful day. Just went. I went to the gym. Was able to get my study guide ready for school to take a test soon. So and I'm gonna have me some dinner later. So yeah, my day was just chill. How was yours?
It was good. It was busy. It was long, but I was super excited to come on here. It's always fun to sit there and do a collab with you. That's what I enjoy about this. I get to sit there and talk soaps with my friends. So
So getting right into the first question about days of our lives, what I've been dying to know is I know what you I've heard from your review and your streamer what you think about with Xander's actions about Sarah, that Sarah was just delusional in thinking that all along that Xander was just gonna change like that just for her. But what do you think about what I want to know is what do you think about like taking Sarah out of the equation? Don't you think do you think that Xander's going too far, just doing a little too much? She's trying like once especially once he finds out that Brady was innocent all this time, it was his mother that did that. Would you rather see Brady get some revenge on Xander, or do you want Brady to be like, "Nah, I understand you were protecting your wife, you were avenging your wife"? Like, which way would you prefer? What are your thoughts on that?
I think both could be interesting. But as far as Xander going too far, this isn't even Xander going too far. This is a Tuesday for him. Like Xander has always been a villain. Like he started off being a villain from what I understand. So like, he got with Sarah and he's so called changed or whatever. But like it's just another Tuesday for him. But as far as Brady getting revenge, I feel like it's like, yeah, he can do it, but then we're just setting the character back though in a sense.
Yeah, I can see that. But for, how I look at it is like Xander shot this man, kept Rachel for. I think him and Victor were involved in Rachel being presumed dead for the first year of her life or whatever, or something like that, or maybe that was what Sarah was believed to be Rachel's. I mean
Yes,
Rachel
I think so.
or something like that. So this has been years in the making of like Xander just thinks he could still get away with doing stuff like that to Brady. Like every man has their limits. So I would rather. I'm like, my thing is, you put a bullet in me, and now you try to shoot me again. You drugged me and try to shoot me again. I'm gonna put a bullet in you this time around. I would love if Brady does that, but I could see about. I could also see what you're saying about not trying to set the character back, though. I could see that.
Yeah, because I remember when I watched it, Brady had the idea to take down Victor's company from the inside. And I was like, okay, fine, I understand that, Victor really screwed over him and Kristen and stuff like that. But it's like, I guess now since he has Rachel and he has Tate to consider, it's like for him to go like it would be interesting if he did it. And I'll be down for the ride, but at the same time it's like, bro, you got your son Tate down, and who the hell knows when what's her name? Not
Teresa.
Kristen, Teresa. Yeah, whenever Teresa's coming back or anything like that. So it's like you're his only stable parent at this point. So
Then again, Teresa only did get sentenced to 6 months, so she got
yeah,
much a slap on the wrist. But yeah, but it's true. He does. He especially Rachel, since now Kristen's willing to change her mind and share custody now. So, um,
yeah,
but my thing is, Kristen might actually help him at this time around. I'll get like more into Kristen and Brady a little later, but I could see Kristen helping um, Xander get revenge on Brady. So I think that would be an interesting storyline. But um, I think I also have another theory of why they're making Xander such an a hole. Um, because I heard a little while ago that Philip was coming back. Did you hear that?
no. Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
So Philip is coming back, and I heard that his return storyline is set to be about contesting Victor's will. So I think that might be why they're making Xander such an a-hole right about now. And so once Philip contests the will, so now, well, Xander might have to eat humble pie when all his assets are frozen.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
interesting.
I'm wondering who is going to play him. I remember when I watched it, I can't remember the guy's name, but like he was the only Philip I knew. And then they had the other guy from More Like to Live. I can remember his name. Like either way, I'm cool, but I would prefer the original Philip if that's possible.
Yeah. Um, and then my next question for Days is, what do you think is next for Marlena now that John passed away?
Oof. I mean, it's so crazy. Like that's a really good question. Like honestly, tell you the truth, I don't know because I'm still in shock. Like, remember you told me to use yesterday, and like
I literally found
it
it on camera because when you saw when I was during yesterday's stream, I was on my phone, and then next thing I know, I see that on that Facebook thing. I was like, "What?" And then I clicked that link to make sure it's true because you know how sometimes that the with Facebook's not always a reliable source. So I had it.
yeah.
I looked outside. I was like, "What?" I literally found it on screen that kind of changed the direction of my stream. I was like, "Wow," because and then it just made it was harder to say things because I don't really know the John character as much as other people do. Like I know he was a legacy character from back in the '80s, but what I saw of John that I liked, of course, when he saved Wendy. But outside of that, I don't really know John too well or Marlena too well either to know where they're gonna go from there. But it's just but I do feel really bad. But I feel like so bad for the actor too because today would have been his birthday. It was like the fact that he
Oh
died
wow.
1 day before his birthday. That's,
Yeah, I think that was the same thing with like Betty White. Um, it's just one of those. I mean, I think they will probably play it into the story, if anything, like they did with Victor. But like, it's it was more difficult to sit there and receive the news when you're streaming. You
yeah.
know, like when you're just kind of by yourself or whatever, and you hear it, it's you can kind of just like kind of sit with your feelings for a little bit. But
Hmm.
like when you're streaming, because you was still in the middle of streaming, like I was practically done, so it's like I didn't really have much to say at that point. But it still definitely changed the tone of the stream. I would
Yeah.
sit there and say,
It did that threw me because like before that I was talking about other things with that, and then after that I was just trying to. I was like, wow, that just really brought a different energy. But I had um But like I said, rest in peace. Today would have been his 71st birthday. So just
yeah.
wow. And then, but briefly moving on from that, let's talk about what did you think of Gabby's temper tantrum at the hospital? And particularly was when she had the audacity to tell Stefan, "You should have known me well enough to know that when I'm just saying things to get underneath your skin." I'm like, you are a grown ass woman, so you want to throw your little childish temper tantrum and think that he's supposed to know you something. I'm like, really? This is a full 35-plus-year-old woman that's really saying that line like that was
Oh
just
my god.
nuts. But what did you think about that scene? I was like dying to know you.
Yeah, it was crazy. I wanted to review that episode so bad because I was just like, wait, I wasn't I wasn't completely against her side. Like I do feel like she is being extra with Stefan. Yeah, it was wrong for Stefan to sit there and cheat. And when she said that, was like, this is Gabby just being immature Gabby. This is
Mm,
one of those things where it's like, your step. some feet forward, and then you kind of got to remember, oh yeah, she's still Gabby. You know, you just have one of those friends who just have that quirk, and it's just like, you
Mm,
know, Jim, he's just always, that's Gabby right there. Like grown men don't sit there and think like that. This is it's just such a bad look, especially for somebody who actually has a child. It makes it even almost like 10 times worse.
exactly. And hey, Ron. And no, I do not have a And hey, Lashanta, how are you today? Yeah.
You don't have
Any-
you don't have several cardboard cutouts of Queen Nakisha?
No way. Mm-mm.
I
None.
got mine stored in the closet somewhere.
See, you got your answer, Ron. He has it, but I don't have it. And when I'm blessed with the Queen Nakisha's presence, that is that is more than enough. Whenever I'm graced with the Beyonce of this group, I do not
Absolutely.
have her poster. But my thing is, I had planned on doing that Gabby as the thumbnail up until I saw this because I was going to be totally on Stefan's side. Up until I saw the preview for this week when he had the audacity to still be begging to take her back. I'm like, when is enough enough of that? Just move on with your life, Stefan. At this point, you cheated with with Ava first, and she cheated with Egypt, and now she still wants to play these childish games. Just you might as well just walk away at this point. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I don't like headaches. But at the same, I don't know. Part of me is like, I don't see. I'm not into men begging for a woman's attention. I'm not. But at the same time, it's like they do have history. They've been together for a while, and technically they did kind of even a score in a sense. It's like that. I don't know. I guess when you love somebody, there's part of you that's gonna love that certain quirk. You know. So it's like, yeah, you're being annoying, but it's like that's just who you are. That's who I fell in love with. That's what I fell in love with. The begging, I'm not a fan of, but I understand why he's not there fighting for her in this weird way.
Ron says Albert is mourning the loss of his woman Connie. Now, well, I was going to ask that later, but I might as well ask it now. But would you be annoyed if Connie goes to Fairview instead of prison or death?
I mean, I'll be annoyed if she's still on the show. I already have to deal with one annoyance, which is Sophia. It's like, can we just, you just have one of those characters that you just can't stand, kind of like Nick Newman. You just kind of just got to gripe through it.
But I'm starting to soften on Nick Newman a little bit these days. I don't hate him the way I used to. I mean, do I care for Nick Newman? No, but I don't think I have that same level of contempt towards him, at least not at this moment. Now, when if he regresses and goes back to the one-dimensional "I hate Adam every 10 seconds" character, then I might do that. But then again, Adam's not necessarily my favorite person right now either, so that takes some of that sting away from that. Now, Nikki Newman, I detest her with every fiber of my being, 100%. So that's never going to change, whether no matter if Adam or not. That's never going to change. Holly's greedy ass going to bring Sidewell to Port Charles. I had that question for you. Do you really buy Sidewell as a Sidwell or Sidewell, whatever his name is, as a worthy opponent for Jason Morgan? Please.
I, I think he could. I mean, the thing is, like, with people like him, they usually have people do their dirty work. So it's like, I don't think that he could sit there and go toe to toe with Jason, but I think he has money. He could sit there and pay people to go after Jason and his loved ones.
What do you think about Steffi putting Hope out? I didn't see that scene. So what did you think of it?
I, you know, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it because it's like she literally just sit there and say, "Don't look at my husband a certain way," and Hope is still sitting there looking at Finn all like with googly eyes. I'm like, she stands on business. Like, I may not like Steffi all the time, but when she stands on business, I can respect that.
Hey, hi Francis, how are you? And then my thing is, I'm actually rooting for Hope and Carter. I heard that Hope is giving Carter some sort of attention. I don't see no problem with it. Like I know like in my stream yesterday there was a bunch of Hope haters like and we all know I have my issues with Hope too, but I'm like why shouldn't she want to hook up with Carter? He's considerably attractive. He's got money. He got and most importantly, he's single. So we've been. How many of my streams have you heard me going off on rants about Hope saying keep her legs closed to married men, keep her nasty lips off of married men? So she's going after an available man. I don't see the problem with it. What about you?
I don't either. I don't see the problem with it because it's like again, people would be like, "Oh, Hope is not there doing this whole nonsense with Finn, and Finn don't want you." So now you're gonna sit there and be with a man who's actually single. Also, it gives Carter something to do besides walking into the room acting like a gossip girl every 5 minutes. So I'm
Exactly.
cool with it.
I'm 1,000% cool with that. And then Lashanta said, "Oh Lord, here we go." Kyrie's your girl, Grace Bucket. Oh Lord,
You can't finish this. You can't finish that word.
Grace,
I
fine.
know.
I'll say her name in full. Grace Bucking. Oh my god! Like from the moment, like I knew I wasn't gonna like that woman from the moment I laid eyes on her. Like as soon as they announced that she was casting on that role, I knew she was gonna play a role that I could not stand. And then the way she would just speak to Carter, the way she just, and then I remember that one time when she slapped him too. I'm like,
Oof.
oh no, this. And then she had the audacity to say that Carter was was harassing Paris. Remember that when she went to Ridge with Ridge and them?
Yes, yes, yes. I remember that. Yes.
You said you're harassing your CEO is harassing my daughter. Like, does she not know optics wise what that could do to his reputation to the as a woman of like as a black woman she really go there. I'm like, wow. I will never like that character. I don't care what she
Is
comes.
she, is she coming back?
Yeah, she's coming. No, they're not just trolling us at this point. She really is coming back in October, early October.
Oh, okay.
So, great. And I kind of blame Dewan for that because Dewan was all up in there. Bring back Grace Buckingham. Bring back, even though he was clearly trolling. But they said, okay, let's find a way to get under Kyrie's skin. That's right. I'm taking ownership of that because that's why Brad Bell did it. I say nothing but negative things about him, so he did that specifically. He's bringing her back to get under my skin. That is why he did it. Okay.
I can see that. You're a very important person. I can see people want just to mess with you just
Exactly.
because.
Exactly. That is what he's doing. Hope is just going to use Carter just like she did Tommy. Being well, there's nothing. But at least Carter is a single man, and at least Carter was never obsessed with her. Carter never had a Hope mannequin anywhere, so there ain't nothing wrong with Hope getting that black joystick in her life. There ain't nothing wrong with it.
I
Okay,
gotta ask you a question. Gotta ask you a question.
sure.
I don't know how you're gonna feel, but I'm gonna ask you the question anyway. You was in the stream yesterday, and I
Mhm.
want to know what your thoughts are again, just to reiterate, of Anna and Jason. Because I'm gonna be honest, I'm for it. I am 100% for it.
I just don't
For
see.
it.
I just don't see the appeal of Anna and Jason. I mean, Anna is such a hypocritical, lying. Like I don't like. My thing is, I can't take Anna Devane as the character seriously as long as she's still police commissioner. Like ever since she let Valentine escape, I'm like, she has no credibility as a police commissioner. She has the audacity to say, "Oh, it's her mission to put Sonny or Jason away," but look what you actively are doing. You actively let Valentine go, who's on even more charges than Sonny is. So, and that the FBI and all of the other sources have been actively going after for years, this Pikeman thing. But you let Valentine just slide with that. So you have no credibility at this point as police commissioner. And then on top of that, he was with Rob. He was with Robin first. He was like one of Robin's first or second boyfriends or something. So we all know Robin loves her some Jason and probably still loves him to this day. And it's just I just don't see. the appeal. However, who I do see the good drama is Jason Morgan and Ava Jerome. Like that, you can't make stuff up like that. That is at least 5 years worth of story right then and there. Imagine Carly's reaction, Sonny's reaction, then Michael's and all them, and not to mention if Ava and Jason were to get together, that would that could potentially start a bond between Ava and Danny. Um, which because Ava, she's still that is her nephew. Um,
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. But
Ava,
she has not spent any time with,
none whatsoever, and she
or Leo either.
knew she don't. Well, it makes sense for Ava not to be allowed to really spend that much time with Leo. I mean, she shot his mama, so and killed,
Yeah, that's true.
his but more importantly, you shot his mama on top of that. So once he figures that out, he wouldn't want anything to do with you. And Olivia is well within her rights to not be comfortable with that. Because honestly, if Ava really truly said, Olivia, could you please let me spend some time with Leah? She's gonna slam that door in her face, get really mad, like a can. Like you saw how Olivia was when Leo was first diagnosed with that autism. So if Ava comes
Oof.
anywhere near her with that, oh please let me spend all my. Can you imagine the shrieking session that Olivia is gonna go through with that? So if I was Ava, I would not even try that headache. Her main priority is staying in her own daughter's life, because which is a struggle for her at times. With see how Sunny is. But my thing is, that's how I truly feel with the Ava and Avery situation. It's like, Sunny, you really have no grounds for this to keep talking like that when you just killed an FBI agent. So it's like, how are you gonna go into the courtroom and like be taken seriously? Like Sonny don't even try to get full custody of Donna. He barely even gets to see Donna. So
Yeah.
yeah, he expect like yet the courts are supposed to be like, oh well, Avery, like, come on, just stop it. Go back to the joint custody arrangement and communicate to the nanny, like I did years prior. And hi, Frank, how are you? Frank says, I've been talking about Hope and Carter for a minute getting together. Yes, me too. I have no problem with it. And hey, Tamra, how are you? Francis says it's very sad to hear about Drake's passing. Do you think they will have John Dyer recast? I think that no, they're not going to recast John.
No, not gonna do that.
Nah, he's been there. So hi, Sharuyan. Anna left Duke because he worked for Sonny. Exactly. So now she's going to be hooking up with Jason. I don't see it. Maybe he should not be recast. Oh, yeah, he's definitely not going to be recast.
No.
Drew and Willow have a seat, indeed. Ned will blackmail Drew. He absolutely will. Even though I wish he would just expose the truth. That would be more interesting. Because I really want to see Michael get angry. Do you think that Michael's going to play dirty and get full custody of Wiley and Amelia?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. I know he did that with I know he did that with Sonny, but Sonny actually killed his dad. So like that's a little bit different. I don't think that he would do that. I mean, he's definitely gonna give her fire, but like that's as far as it's gonna go. I don't think he's actually gonna like take the child. I don't think he's gonna do all that.
Ron says, well, one thing for sure, he's definitely going to kick her out of the Quartermain house.
You
So,
think so?
oh, yeah, Willow, most certainly. And definitely Drew. Because remember,
Drew,
they put that scene that Monica put Michael in charge.
yeah.
So he's definitely going to kick them both out. They put that in for a reason because he's definitely going to kick them both. And then she'll probably be sleeping with Drew in some sleazy motel room because Carly won't let them stay in the Metro Court.
Mm, okay.
Ava and Jason getting together. Hopefully, she isn't menopausal and she gets pale. Great. uh, yeah, Ava Jerome do not need no more babies, and this is from a strong Ava Jerome fan. Like I think that we would all kind of find that ridiculous if Ava Jerome got pregnant.
You remember, but you know what's really funny though? Remember you used to always sit there and say that back in the day?
What?
You sit there and be like, yeah, I think that Ava could sit there and get pregnant and stuff like
Yeah, a
that.
few years ago when she still had. I'm just saying, like each year goes by, it gets harder and
I
harder
know.
and harder to conceive a baby. I'm just
I
especially.
just remember you. I remember you used to do that. You sit there and actually send me like articles, like, see, I'm telling you, I was right. Like, all right, Kyrie, all right, you got it, bro. You
Well,
got it.
yeah, a baby. No, she don't need no more babies anyway. She could barely hold on to custody of the one that she got.
Yeah, that's true.
So she just needs to do that. But I'm hoping that she gets the joint custody squared away and they could just move back on again because Avery shouldn't be away from her mother while she's here and able to be with her. It's just ridiculous. Lucy never found out Marty's the reason Deception got sued. You're right, she didn't find that out yet. And hi, Shakira. Shakira said it's probably be June when they have final goodbye for John Black. They filmed 6 months ahead. Yeah, it's going to be a while. Why do you think Monica put Michael in charge? He's the only one in that house that's blood related to her. When you think about it,
What, Ned isn't?
mm-mm. Ned's not
Oh.
blood related to Monica. Because remember, Monica married into the Quartermain family.
Oh, okay. All right.
So Michael's her only flesh and blood. I because
Okay.
I had to check that too. It is true. Because even with Drew, that was like she met him as a grown man, but and she considers him her son. But definitely gonna be a Days of Our Lives storyline that we might not be expecting. But I'm wondering if they had time to address that Catalina story because I don't buy that John killed Catalina. I still don't buy that. Did you?
I don't know that, and no, and it's one of those things where it's like it's a gaping hole still. Like,
Mm-hmm.
remember, I don't know how long you was watching it, but there was a point where Hope was alive, but she didn't come back to Salem until the show Beyond Salem. So it was like, and of course, you still got the other gaping hole. What was his name? Everett Fears? It's Fears, right? Like, whatever happened to that guy?
Of
Remember
who?
when Jan kicked him? Remember when Jan Spears kicked Everett into the water, and then we just never heard anything from him.
I don't think I was around for Jan Spears.
The second time when she came around, and she she was sitting there saying that Sean was like her baby daddy or whatever, and it turned out it wasn't. Or was
No,
I still trying to convince you? Okay.
it was probably because I remember when I came into Days of Our Lives, like I watched like a few episodes here and there, but I didn't like get into it full time until around that whole Dimitri storyline.
Oh, okay. All
Actually,
right.
actually watching it, like I would see like off bits here and there, like when Charlie was revealed as the rapist. I remember seeing
Okay.
didn't stick around for that for months and months until Dimitri came around, and then that's when I finally found a connection to the show to stay around. So I missed
Oh, okay.
all of that. Are they going to kill Samantha? Yes, they're killing Sam off. Indeed. Which I'm happy with it. Okay. I'm not even gonna even somewhat pretend. I'm not even gonna pretend that I'm not happy because I am happy with it. Okay.
Mm.
Now what? Like I'm so tired of these people with all these polls, all this everywhere. Like, you know what? She's gone. She ain't coming back. I said that in my video. Y'all not trying to pay her salary. So please
Kyrie wants all the smoke from the
want
Kelly
all
Monaco
the smoke
fans.
and then some.
He
Bring
wants, yes. Wow.
I don't
Brave
care. I'm
man.
happy. I'm happy. Like I will gladly
Ooh.
make that a next title. Matter of fact, the day they actually kill her off, I might make a heartless title that day. Why I'm happy, Sam. It's something like that, just to piss people off. Not
I can't
because
wait for that. I
not
can't wait for that day.
I swear. Or a title might be something like this. Sam is dead and happy to and more happy times on General.
Oh my goodness, I can't wait for that. I may have to sit there and end my stream a little bit earlier, sit there and come in yours because I can't wait to sit there and see all that mayhem.
And
I'm
more
gonna say prayers for you.
the perfect time. I should write that down now. Sam McCall is dead, and more happy times on General. That is a
I
that's
will I will pray for you that day, my friend.
a, I do not. That will be the name of the. Matter of fact, I will write that down right now.
Chat, just remember that this is his decision and his decision alone. I tried to stop him.
And more happy days on GH.
Okay.
I
Brave
sure
man.
will. I will put that on there. But why should Kelly Monaco be professional by showing up to work for her final scenes because of her firing? That question was for you.
Uh because if she wants to sit there and keep working in the industry, she should do her final scenes.
hmm
Looks
Sam
bad.
Sam McCall and Heather Stevens. Love. Oh yeah. I think there's a possibility that Sharon didn't murder Heather because Sharon blacked out for a good minute. Remember that when she blacked out? So someone else could have been in that room and finished Heather off. And then Sharon just all Sharon is doing is just covering up for the other one that did that. Because remember, Heather said very clear to Sharon, "You're out of your mind." And then Sharon blacked out. So
Yeah.
someone else, they're gonna make some sort of day player do that. I think it would
I
make sense if it was Daisy. You weren't around for Daisy. How I wasn't even around for Daisy, but I do know that she is Sheila Carter's biological daughter, and she's just as crazy as Sheila is. Like we see how crazy she. That's her right there, and that's Lucy's biological mother. So, which is crazy
mm,
she has that connection. I mean, Sheila really has nothing to do on Bold and the Beautiful right now. And Lucy, on the other hand, she needs all she can get. So wouldn't it be something? Could they try to connect with each other? That would be a good story. I feel like that's a missing storyline right there because they could both kind of use each other. They're both cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So I think that
yeah,
would
it's
be a storyline.
absolutely. I mean, another crossover. I mean, let's be honest. They should have as I wouldn't say they say as often crossovers, but they should be a lot more connected than what they are.
Mm-hmm.
So
People saying Kate is alive. Where did Sonny shoot him at? Like, Kate is not alive. Kate is dead. And
I think I feel it's funny too because I was sitting there reading other things or whatever, and people was like, yeah, I don't what if Sharon is just making this all up or whatever, and I'm just like,
no,
I
there's
know y'all like like I know y'all like Sharon, but come on, like as far as I'm concerned right now, this chick is a murderer. Okay, she's a whole murderer right now.
because even when it's revealed that the other killer is involved, which I truly believe that someone else finished Heather off because um, Sharon's a legacy character, but Sharon is still guilty for throwing the body over the river. So that's tampering with evidence at the very least and obstruction of justice, whether indirectly or not. Or not, she wasn't necessarily an accessory to whatever, but that's still tampering with a corpse and whatever, and throwing that over the evidence. So that's still criminal acts right there. How she did that, so she's not going to get off scot free, regardless of whether she did that or not. At this point, I can't wait till Portia gets cut. Yeah, what do you think about Portia doing what
I
she?
thought, I mean, instant. I understand why she did what she did. I'm okay with why she did what she did. My whole thing was like she was coming at Brad hard. I was like, "Boo, you got sins and past and stuff like that you've done as well. And you
Mm,
coming at Brad like he did something personally to you." I'm like, "Boo, that stuff has been up there for a month, and now you sitting there flipping out. You doing too much, Portia." Once again, we going back to Portia doing too much.
yeah.
What about you?
Um, I've always thought that Portia is so sanctimonious. So like I feel like with this storyline, she's gonna finally lose that halo that she has in her tongue because she's always going off on somebody about something that they did one time or another, whether it was Ava, whether it was Sunny, whether it was Anna Devane, whether it was Taggart. It's always Portia attacking someone, and very rarely her getting called out on stuff that she's doing. So I think with this storyline, that could potentially finally knock her down a few pegs. It's at least what I'm hoping. Because Portia, get them. However, that leads to one of my other General Hospital questions I had for you. But do you buy Heather's redemption? Because I'm not buying this redemption. She still did what she did. And on top of that, she was this woman. What about when she was willing to commit murder slash suicide on that hospital roof with Danny when he was a baby? I remember that scene when Jason had to catch Danny in the air. It was Heather that had him. So I'm not feeling. I don't feel that Heather deserves this redemption arc. But how about you?
I don't either. I mean, at the end of the day, my whole thing is like, regardless if it was poison or not, like those bodies are still there. Like you still did what you did. Like, regardless if it was the poison or not, like there's still blood on her hands. Like she still killed people, so like she still belongs in jail. Um, and it's also just like, why are we sitting there trying to redeem these villains? Like her, Sheila Carter. Like Sheila Carter has done some terrible things, and now she's a waiter at a fancy restaurant. Like what are we doing at this point?
Exactly. We need like not everybody needs to be redeemed.
Yes.
Okay, that's what we need. Curtis will get a big head, no experience. Yeah. What did you think about Curtis getting promoted to CEO?
I mean, Michael does have more experience, but Michael Smith there doing too much though. Like he's doing Aurora, he's doing ELQ.
Mm.
It's like it makes more sense for Curtis to do it because he's not juggling a lot of things. Like like for the most part, his dad is handling the club, so it's like it makes more sense for Curtis to do it as opposed to Michael. He's already doing way too much in general. You know.
And then LaShanta says, "We will never know who killed Austin." It's true. They just dropped that storyline.
And you know what? And yeah, going back to that, like, see, that's another thing. Like, your wife is out there stepping out on you because you're doing so much. You're doing this job, you're doing that. It's like, bro, you need to sit there and take care of business at home. And by take care of business, you know what I mean. So,
Yeah.
like, uh,
Hey, hey, Caroline Spencer, how are you? Um,
good, Caroline.
Heather was a murderer before the exactly. She was a murderer before the hip. And she'll probably be a murderer again after the hip. Like I'm not feeling this redemption. However, and then Mac Dewan says Luna for redemption. Now Luna, on the other hand, I would try to find a way to keep her around because the villain version of Luna was very entertaining. Like the
Yes,
whole felt like a whole different show when Luna was like, even though that came out of nowhere, but it still was very entertaining. Like that version of Luna, I could deal with. I mean, I liked the other Luna that was boring, but I just found her boring though. But I still liked her. But I loved the villain version of Luna. I'm like, damn, let her slip out of these charges on a technicality somehow, and let's get her out. And wow,
yeah, they did it. They did it with Sheila. They
mhm,
could do it with Sheila. They could do it with her.
exactly. And all she did, and she killed some nobodies too. So please, no nobody care about how. Like that's my thing with B and B. Like what I so strongly agreed with you about. Like they really try to make it act like we're supposed to care about Tom and Hollis somehow. Why the hell would we feel bad about Tom or Hollis? Why?
They put pictures up there. They had like this little memory flashback. I was like, bro, come on now. We saved those scenes for like important characters.
Exactly. Stop. Just stop waiting. And then hashtag bring back Esme, says LaShanta. Well, I wanted Esme back in the beginning, but I don't know where she'll really fit. I mean, outside of obviously getting Ace back, just like what is she gonna do really in Port Charles?
Yeah, there's no
Everybody,
Spencer.
everybody hates her guts. So what's she really gonna do in Port Trust? Like, how's she gonna get around with money? Like, I really don't know what Esme would do. Back
Unless they bring back Spencer.
now, we need to keep Spencer dead where he belongs. Um, shoot, I was
What if
happy.
it was a recast?
I don't care. I still don't want the Spencer character back.
Hmm.
Spencer could stay gone. But do you ever see yourself eventually getting used to Sophia?
It's very It's very hard though. Like, that's the thing. Like I said, I grew up with women like that in high school that just had no problems sitting up there playing like constellation prize. Like there's something about that. It's just like it's. I don't. It is pathetic, but it's also like, bro, you can do better. First of all, you can do better than Tate. Second of all, you shouldn't just settle for being a constellation prize. Like that's just sad. You can do better.
I agree with you. And Caroline Spencer says, I miss Spencer." Mm.
Do you miss Spencer Kyries? Miss
Hell,
Spencer
no,
Kyries Clark?
nope, not in this lifetime or the next. Mm. Like I said, the day Spencer died to me was when he told Trina, if you make me choose between you and Ace, you're not gonna like the answer, or something like that. When Trina walked out that door, I walked out the door with her. Even though Trina came back, I never did. So I stood by that. 10 toes. And on top of that, he helped kidnap Ace. So from Esme, that's what spiraled her out of control. So I'm like,
Ugh.
you know what?
Those are some fun times. So I gotta sit there, man. Those are some fun times. Like I may not have liked Spencer, but watching Dex sit there and beat the hell out of Spencer at times, it was great. It was just some great times. I gotta sit there and say.
Yeah. And then, do you see Mark Green sticking around long term after the story arc with Fake Gal?
I mean, kinda, because he is a doctor, and they do need more doctors on the show. Um, I don't find the character too interesting. Maybe unless they hook him up with Leo. But then you had that whole what was that other guy? I called him a hembo, a male bimbo. The dude that was hooking up with Leo that one time, and then it was like going like what was it? What was even that? What was the point of that?
Hi, Sir Charles. How are you? Um,
Sir Charles.
Sophia thirsty like Kristen. But at least Kristen has. I think Kristen has actual feelings for Brady. How would you feel if Kristen and Brady get back together?
I'm cool with it. Kristen's ride or die right there. Like I can get behind that. Like she's willing to sit there and tamper with evidence, and when your woman got your back to the point where they willing to sit there and tamper with evidence, you keep her.
Shakira said Holly gonna slap the taste out of Sophia this week about Tate. Tate, I know you're looking forward to that slap scene, aren't you?
For me, oh, I mean,
But you don't
yeah,
care for Holly either, though.
yeah, exactly, exactly. So I'm just like, eh.
and then,
Do you think that? Do you think? Well, yeah, I think you already answered that question. Do you think that Eric should be forgiven by Holly?
nope. I would keep that same petty, petty, petty energy for about as long as humanly possible. I would still have that smoke because on top, not only what you did, and then you had the nerve to lie to me about it all these years and want to pretend like you're a father figure to me, knowing that you killed my father. Like, no, that would be. And then he's so sanctimonious too. He's always on his high horse, so that would just make me even more mad. When
Yeah, and also,
Oh yeah. What were you
and
saying?
it's no, and it's not even petty. You're not even being petty. Like that's something that people do all. That's something that people do a lot. They get behind the wheel of a car. They drink. Haley. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Mm.
not even like petty energy. That's like life altering right there. Like you took somebody out this world because of a selfish decision that you decide to make. Like nah, that's just no. That's just wrong.
Exactly. I mean, Lashanta says Holly doesn't care about Tate. Um, well,
I
yeah,
didn't, I can't believe how many people actually wanted Kelly Monaco off the show though. Like I was going on Facebook and there was so many people that was like, yeah, you know what, you could sit there and take your on screen mom, with you or whatever. Because you know how Nancy's always wild out saying something that she probably shouldn't be saying. So
Lashanta says I can't stand EJ. I don't blame you because I got a controversial question for you.
I,
Since technically, technically it's not right, given the actor, but her character is 17 right now. But do you think that Holly and EJ are gonna hook up by the end of this year?
oof, no, it's can't do it, can't do it. That's the same issue I had with Sonny when he hooked up with what's her name, Karen? She was 17.
My thing,
That's
my thing is,
yeah.
I can see because you know how Days filmed so far in advance, and but Holly is about to turn 18 in December though, so I'm wondering if maybe an end of the year hookup is going to happen, or maybe a one night stand by the end of the year, going to result in Holly getting pregnant with EJ's baby and Met.
Oof,
Well, you would have to bring back a recast Nicole for that one. You would have to.
yeah.
That would
How
be.
would you feel about that? How would you feel about that though?
I mean, nauseous on one hand, but that's drama that you just have to watch every day. That's the stuff that would make me have to get up an extra hour early to make sure I watch that full episode. I wouldn't want to miss a second of that. So that would be all over my channel. That's for sure. I would probably be like, you know what? I know I said I was gonna stop the Days of Our Lives reviews, but I might have to bring that back for a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Because speaking of that, like I did enjoy doing the Days of Our Lives review, but it's just like every day I had to give up my lunch break every single day to do that. It's like if I'm already working on something, or what if I want to work on something through lunch or something? It's just
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
actually on a daily basis. But I kind of want to think about doing that on Mondays and Fridays, but then again, that's why I try to do that poll there. But I know General Hospital's probably always going to be rigged to win that poll anyway. So
You do it Saturdays, right?
yeah, yeah. I didn't do that this Saturday, but I didn't necessarily forget either. So I'll do an extra General Hospital video
I was
one.
gonna sit there and say, I mean, do you think that you have time to do both? Like the same way that you do the General Hospital recaps on Saturday. If you had time, would you be open to doing Days of Our Lives recap?
Yeah, I would try to do that, but with days, I guess I could just speak. I'd rather like with days be like kind of a character directed video. Like remember my earlier days of the channel when I used to do individual character
Yeah,
videos? I could kind of bring that back for Days of Our Lives. I think that would work like to cover like an example to cover that EJ storyline if that was to happen, then
yeah.
I could chapter those as well. So I could put that in like their own individual playlist for an ongoing storyline. Cause like
Ah,
another thing with Days of Our Lives though, like when they get filler, they really get filler episodes. Like it's like I don't have the long history as to stay to be like invested enough to when they do those filler episodes. Right.
yeah. No, I don't. Yeah, no, I get you.
So it just that makes that even harder on top of that every single day of doing that. So and then Lashanta says Alex and Stephanie got chemistry, I guess. But I'm still not as well. I kind of now instead of all that hatred I had for Alex during his prick stage, I'm just like, I mean, I know he's not really acting too much like a prick now, but I'm just like, I'm not really interested in that
What
character.
about the whole what about the whole Johnny and Chanel thing? Because Johnny's sitting there being all upset because Chanel is acting with Alex, but it's very sensual kind of scenes. Now he's getting jealous, but I'm like, bro, you you brought her on the show. Like, what did you think was going to wind up happening?
Exactly, Johnny. You're the one that insisted she come on that show, so and you insisted that they work together. So get over it. That's how I feel about Johnny. I hope they but Johnny and Chanel are kind of boring, and I just really don't like Chanel though. I've tried to give her like the benefit of the doubt, but like I just don't connect with her like at all. There's just something about just something that's off with her that just prevents me from connecting with Chanel. I don't know what it is, but it's just like I've really tried to give her the benefit of the doubt over the last year or two, but I don't connect with that character. Like,
No,
she just brings
I
no,
don't.
she just brings nothing to me. I don't know what it is. Hi, Sean. Said, hey,
What's good, Sean?
what do you think of Sharon's story on YNR? Well, like I said, I think there's a chance that she's not a killer, that she didn't full on kill her. I think that someone else was involved that night, and that's what I meant to say too. Thanks for that, Sean. I also think what's gonna come out with their scapegoat with Sharon. I feel like they're gonna make it seem like someone was tampering with her medication. I have a strong feeling that they're gonna go that direction. That um, this whole time, 'cause remember when they said when Sharon started spiraling was when she said that the doctor said that the reason he wanted to switch her medication was because of the blood pressure. I feel like something's gonna come in play there where that doctor was paid off to say that, and they've been tampering with her medication from there, and that's how they're gonna try to get her from under these charges. What do you think about that?
I mean, I think if they did that, it would just be so sloppy. But that is Brad Bell. Like, here's the thing: I'd rather them just have. I said this as a theory, is that this is her exit story. You know, because once you know what I'm saying, like once you kill somebody on a show, like that's pretty much a wrap at that point. Like you're not coming back from that. Like,
Yeah, Ava
and
and
she's been on the show for like yeah, she's been on the show for 30 something years. So like maybe she just wants to kind of go out and just be done at this point.
Hey, hey, Darby, how are you?
Good, Darby.
And thank you, George. I appreciate that. Says a perfect Sunday. But if it was anyone else but his wife, would it be an issue? What would what be?
If it was anyone but his wife. Oh, Chanel. So basically, she's like, well, yeah, I mean, that's true. But again, you bring her on, so like Alex said, hey, listen, you just gotta sit there and deal with it.
Exactly. And Alex is not checking for Chanel. If anything, he wants Stephanie back probably at any point. So, and Stephanie wants him back. It's, he's already dreaming about him. And then Shakira asked Albert, "How do you feel about Connie finally got caught?"
Oh, I was so happy. I was so happy. That was almost like the best thing that happened that day. It was amazing. Ugh,
Yes, because
just
remember
brings a smile to
you
my face.
I remember that question when you asked, "Is Jada gonna botch the arrest?" But nope, she didn't. My girl Jada came.
I was surprised. I was surprised. I was like, whoa, okay. I gotta give you a hand clap right there.
Is Heather really dead? Yes, Heather's really dead. I mean, because like, what else is there for Heather to do anyways? Like outside of parenting that brat Lucy, like we don't care. We could ship. Like, would you care one bit if they ship Lucy off somewhere and we don't see her for another 10 or so years? Would you be
Nope,
missing her?
absolutely not.
Oh, could we please bring back Lucy? I don't think not one fan is going to do that. So she could she could stay gone and Heather could stay dead. I hope this time when Alex and Stephanie get together that Chad doesn't see block their relationship for the sake of his kids. Chad messed up their relationship to make a bang nanny for kids. Chad ain't thinking about Stephanie. So,
What do you think about the child story? What's good, Dolomedics?
hey, Dolomedics, Connie going to the hospital. Now, Connie need to go straight to hell or prison. Uh,
which is kind of the same thing.
wow. One is Yeah, I mean, but Connie did all what she did was to stay out of jail all that time. So I could see the perks of her having to be in prison. Like if we had to suffer through one scene of her seeing her suffer in prison now, that would kind of be a little satisfying for me to watch.
Yeah, what? Yeah, actually, it'd be a lot. Yeah, man, she gets stacks for that.
Albert and Curtis, what would you say to Brad Bell of his statement saying to change the channel or tune out if he doesn't care about the fan base and their complaints? What would you say?
That's ballsy. I like that.
That's balls, but you got what I got to say about that is you got one more year, bastard. One more year to keep that up.
Well,
And
well, Brad. Well, does Brad Bell also do YNR, or
no,
does he just do Bing Bing?
does does YNR. So
Oh, then yeah, he's screwed. Then he's
YNR
screwed at that point.
4 years, Bald and the Beautiful, 1 year. So, and I think they wanted to cancel the Bald and the Beautiful now, but they know that people would boycott the gates if they did that. So that's why they're giving them that 1 year thing. But really, he probably already wants them gone. They warned
Hmm.
Brad a long time ago to fix that, but he didn't want to. So, Albert, would you be really sad, happy? Albert would be really happy if Connie's gone if she was hot. Oh, would you be really happy if Connie was gone and she was hot?
And no, I mean, because then she's hot. So like, you pretty much just answered your own question right there. You know me well, my guy.
Kyrie's Clark is still mad at Connie for calling Melinda trash. The audacity!
uh,
Your
that was
review
fun
had me
times.
rolling that day, though. I was cracking up.
Yo, I couldn't get over it. I was like, yo, the chick that has never put down the fork has the audacity to call somebody else chunky. I'm like, boo.
Never heard of a salad. Never,
I
never.
just normally I don't go there, but I was like, boo, you asked for that shit. Like you asked for that, boo.
Exactly. Like, lost her ever loving mind with that one. GH is bringing back too many characters, but they need to write for the characters they already have. No, they need to get rid of some of the characters that they already have.
But he's starting to.
So therefore, that's why Sam about. And I swear, and I really am gonna. I bet you think I'm probably gonna back out of that title, but no, I'm not. Watch when Sam really dies on screen. You watch when I do that. I'm really
I,
gonna do that.
you know what? Listen, I want to see that day when it happens. I'm looking forward to it now. Now I got something else to look forward to.
I'm really going to do that. I don't care who gets mad. I will tell them all to scratch their behinds and get glad because I am going to be unapologetic that day. Who y'all want to be next? Because actually, because when you think about it, long before all of this Kelly Monaco things, I could have sworn I've said that in your stream. I've said that in comments. Haven't I said for years? I've been telling it even in your stream for years that Sam ran its course. Long before
Yeah,
this, I've been telling that for years. I put that on my videos on this. I'm like, if it was up to me, I would have killed the Sam character off years ago. I've been saying that. So technically, this is just them finally listening to me after all these years. So I'm going to be even more happy. So mark my words.
it's amazing. I've never thought that when you first started that you'd be so bold and at this point that you sit there and put up a title like that.
I
So
sure would.
you come a long way, my friend.
Why do you? Why do Will? Oh, why do Will want to work at Forrester? Enough. His dad got Spencer. Wait a minute. Will wants to work at Forrester.
Yeah, in the previews, he was like, "Yeah, I'm going to be working at Forrester," and RJ is not happy about that.
What is RJ's problem with Will? Did they say it?
No, I don't. I think it's just their dads. Their dads got beef and stuff like that. So it's like maybe he just kind of just like I don't know.
Holly or Khan? I can see where Ethan's coming from. Exactly, and like Alicia said, Sam should have been gone. Exactly, I would have gotten rid of this chick back in 2017 if it was up to me. Like Shiloh would have killed her ass years ago. Like I'm just saying. She would have been dead. She would have been gone. So I absolutely will be bold with it. I completely agree. Sam should have left town when Jason died the first time. Sure, should have. I mean, we had to tolerate her then that was fine, but definitely the second time around, her ass should have been gone. Robert's hypocrite ass better not say nothing because Electra Forrester is coming in October as his love interest. Yeah, I hope
Yeah,
they.
it's gonna be a love triangle.
I hope they make her interesting. That's for sure. That's all I can say about Electra.
Well, hopefully they won't sit there and make her like Ivy. And when she came in for like no purpose whatsoever,
Hmm. This and then another Days of Our Lives questions I had for you. Are you sick of Clyde's imaginary power? Don't you feel by now there should be another layer as to Clyde having a secret partner that helps him pull everything off? Because I thought I could have sworn in one of your reviews or one of or with DC said something about when Clyde was out of prison he couldn't get a job or something like that.
it was he said that, and I agree with him. And yeah, he did sit there and say that, and I agree. I'm like, he has his power to nowhere. Like he couldn't get a job. He was pretty much kind of bumming it for the most part. But now he just got this power out of nowhere. It's I don't hate it because Connie was so annoying that it's like fine, you know.
George says, waiting for Kyrese's comments when Hope wears lingerie as Carter suggests. Well, Hope ain't got no sex appeal. I made that clear. Um, there ain't nothing sexy about Hope. She ain't she ain't got it like that. Cause that's why I still hold smoke against Hope when she had the nerve to put herself like she's on Jessica Love or Audra Charles's level. When she really said, "Oh, most men don't say no to me. Most men would beg to be." I'm like, get the f out of here. She was really feeling
You're
her
not. She's not even on Steffi's level. If we're gonna be honest.
exactly. Imaginary, it's nothing is out of his reach. Yeah, Darby, imaginary came out of nowhere. Okay, that Clyde Power came out of nowhere. I give Electra 1 year, maybe two tops. B&B doesn't know how to write for new characters. Nope, I agree. I give her 1 year because that's going to be the show's final episode if Brad Bell keeps this up.
How would you feel about that though?
Oh, if Bald and the Beautiful got canceled, I don't think I would miss it in that one bit though. I wouldn't because honestly, like he really let the show just go, and I think he's just lazy at this point.
You think maybe he just kind of secretly just wants to do it? Like he's just doing it, and it's just like he knows that he's doing a bad job, and he's like, well, if I keep doing it, it gets canceled. Then I don't have to do this anymore.
Maybe that could be the case. Uh, that could be the case. 1 second. Well, do you think Jake will reach out to Danny upon Sam's death as a brother?
And oh, I mean, if they can bring the character back, then yeah.
Hope's ancestors wept when she was curved by Finn in that lingerie. Donna and Brooke were ashamed. Oh, wow. And then LaShanta said Ivy was boring. Mm, I mean, I guess Ivy's boring. I mean, Steffi was all. I remember when Steffi was all up in their business though. Ivy was trying to
Yeah.
summer Liam, and Steffi was like, "Oh, why haven't you come to see your cousin yet and say hi to your cousin?" I'm like, "Cause bitch, I don't fuck with you. That's why." Like you electrocuted me. The hell?
Oh, she did?
Yeah, she pushed her into a thing that electrocuted her.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, I don't f with let Clyde out of prison. Then because the show needs a master supervillain to terrorize the town that the police couldn't control. Look, Clyde needed should have been dead after what he did to my Wendy. So Clyde will forever be on my crap list. But um, I had another question: is Nina Reeves getting played out as a character? Because you notice she's been kind of on back burner lately.
I know. I've. It's funny too because I almost want to sit there and have my title something along the lines of that because I'm like, yo, we haven't seen Nina and her shenanigans in a while. Remember back in the days, she used to always be sitting there pulling off something, and we used to constantly be sitting there talking about her, calling her a dingbat this and a dingbat that. And now it's like they really toned her down a little bit. It's like I I, I don't want to sit there and say she's ran a course, but it's like she's not where she used to be at, you know?
Yeah, but I think because she was getting so much hate too, so the writers probably said let's put her on the background for a while.
I think so. It's
Um,
unfortunate though.
Because I remember, because even seeing a post like on a General Hospital page about Nina, and then I heard people popping up again talking about all I care about is when Nina is gone. So I know this Nina chick gets a whole lot of thing. And who's gonna raise Danny when Sam dies? My money is him moving in with the Quartermans because Jason definitely won't. Oh, Jason will have no choice but to step up. First of all, Danny's not 5 years old. He's like 15, 14 or 15. So Jason has no damn choice this time around but to step up. And Max says Nina's been played out as a character. I know she's a dingbat. Why isn't Brad Bell letting Deacon and Sheila announce the baby gender to other characters? Because the baby in your head, Ron. That is why. The baby is in your head. Sheila hit menopause 40 years ago.
40 or 400.
Exactly. Wendy, who y'all know who Wendy Shin is. Wendy Shin is the real star of Days of Our Lives. Okay, like like I said, the only reason Days of Our Lives is had to move to Peacock is because they couldn't get Wendy Shin in time. Had they been gotten Wendy Shin, they would still be on NBC to this day. So that girl got that power. She will be back better than ever. Danny is pretty much grown as far as raising. Exactly. So Jason could send him somewhere up to his room when Danny is misbehaving. Ivy tried to blackmail Steffi about killing Ellie. It was self defense. I will never forget that. Yeah, but then Steffi electrocuted her after that. So Ivy don't F with Steffi. Steffi don't F with Ivy.
At least
Uh,
give her something to do other than fawn over Leon.
yeah. Are you bored with Lucky's return to GH?
I'm not. I'm interested. I want to sit there and see where it's going. I don't like how they're retconning him, trying to make him like Luke 2.0. But I'm interested though to see where it's gonna go.
Mm. He doesn't do anything to me. All I see when I see him is a deadbeat, pretty much.
Yeah, that's true.
No child support. Elizabeth has been struggling to raise Aiden his whole life. And where has Lucky been? Oh, off binding himself or what BS excuse? I'm like, come on. I know that the budget gets a little tight and Lucky wanted to leave to move on to other things, but they could have either found another recast or something, or gave a real good explanation of him being an off-screen dad. But they really just had to make because they played Elizabeth as the struggling single mother for years and years and years. So Lucky definitely did not help with that cause. And I don't F with Lucky. And then on top of that, his return is just I'm like all of this, and like DC said, he's probably not even going to be a match. I heard Wendy is pregnant and you ain't the daddy. Ah, Wendy is not pregnant, and you're right. I am not the father. GH needs a bad girl for younger set. Nina will not be used. She's not with Sunny means she cut screen time. I guess
Mm.
so. But her and Sunny didn't work for a lot of people, so they might have just wanted to reset the character. I could see that, but
It's funny too because I remember um, way back before they did so retcon, there was a couple of times where Liz sat there and said that him and he would she would send Aiden out there to go see Lucky when he was living in Ireland and stuff like that. So it's like, what happened with that? I thought they used to visit every so often. I had Skype calls and stuff like that, and now it's like, oh, they haven't talked in years and stuff like that. I'm like, it just bothers me because Lucky used to always be such more of a family man. Like he didn't want to be like Luke Spencer, and
Hmm.
now they're making it exactly like Luke Spencer.
Yeah,
And if I gotta see one more goddamn card game, if I gotta see one more card game, them playing cards, it's just like all week that's what they were doing. I'm like, yo, this is dumb. Stop.
I agree with you there. And do you think Brooklyn is Gio's mother?
I think they're gonna retcon it. I hope not, because honestly, tell you the truth, like what she did was already bad enough with the whole, getting him lucid and doing stuff. So it's like if they really go there with Dante, that's gonna be a bad look for Brooklyn. You
Hmm.
might have to sit there and remember that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I still don't think I don't see how that would make Gio an interesting character, making him Brooklyn son. I don't see it.
That's bad writing if you got to sit there and make a character interesting by being connected to another character, as opposed to making them interesting because you made them an interesting character.
Yeah, I just think the Gio character has honestly been a flop, and I think you just got to cut your losses at some point. Like if they clearly just don't have a direction for his character, then just let him go. Because I think like him and Trina just wouldn't fit at this point either. So it's just like,
Well, it's funny too. They never actually said. See, the thing is, they never actually said that Jill was brung in to be with Trina. The fans made that assumption, and
mm,
every person, told that other person, and it was just like, oh well, that's why they bring him in. But we don't even know why they actually brung Gio in. So it's like we still don't know why is Gio still there. That's the problem. Like, if you're not going to be there for Trina, then what are you here for? Why are you here? Like, you ever just had that one friend that's just overstayed that welcome? You're just like, yo, why are you still here for, bro? That's what we waiting for Gio.
but you just watched the Lucky Story not going to be good. Oh, he's saying to just watch that the Lucky Story is not going to be good. And who want to see Liz with Lucky? I don't. Do you want to see Elizabeth with Lucky again?
I mean, I'm cool with more Slick Rick because I like Rick. So
And then Shakira asking, Carice, do you think Tate's going to sleep with Sophia? Probably. Do you? Yep,
yeah,
she's
I
ready,
mean,
willing, and able. So he will.
pretty much, yeah, pretty much.
Whatever Brooklyn did before Chase is none of his business. I mean, if well, this I could see some logic in that, I guess. And then Chase is too self righteous.
But I mean, but that's the thing though. Like, how would you feel if you got together with somebody and they SA someone in order to have a child? Like, would you be able to sit there and look at them the same?
Nah, I don't know. Nah, probably not.
That probably put a damper in the relationship.
Geo and Trina, just no. I agree with that. Geo and Trina is just a no. And then here's something else that I thought of last night and really thought about it even more today. But with John's death in real life, it really got me thinking of something with the Young and the Restless. It's like they real Josh Griffith really needs to set up the next generation as who would Victor's replacement be? Because think about it, the Young and the Restless has been Victor Newman screwing everybody and everything over for the last 40 to 50 years, damn near. One man going around bullying everybody, but what would like we all say that, which is true. Why watch the show for just one character? But that's basically the way Young and the Restless right centers everything around Victor Newman. Like you see, he's taking over all of the companies. He took over McCall's company, he took over Ashland's company. He's taking now he's trying to take over Chancellor's company. He bought Glissade to um the only reason he bought Lasad was because to get at Jabot, and Victor Newman just controls every single aspect and almost everybody's storyline in that town. So if tragedy struck Eric Braden, what would the Young and the Restless do? They haven't
Oof.
worked very well. I realized that. Don't you think it's time for someone to, at the very least, there to be some real contenders to take the Victor Newman spotlight? Because if one of his kids want to build something up, Victor will tear them down until they come back to him, and then they just right underneath his thumb. He can screw them over whenever he wants to. Like nobody else has any real stakes in that show.
Yeah, I mean, they've been needed to do that. The problem is sometimes they don't always have substance. Like Adam is a good character, but it's like they don't want him to be full villain like Victor is. Like Victor's a very complex character, and Adam can be a very complex character, but it's like, do they want Adam to be more like Victor Newman? Because I feel like out of all his kids, he's the closest one that can kind of somewhat fill that role if he continues to stay on the show.
Yeah,
Um,
but
because they need to do something.
I agree. I agree that Adam would be. And hey, CJ Clove 18, it's nice to see you. Um, I feel like Adam does have potential to be the next Victor, but it would still take a lot of more setting up to do. Like it's still like no one in that town even respects him one bit, not even a little bit of respect that he gets in that town. So I mean, something started when he punched Billy in the face because Phyllis basically, I felt like what Phyllis was basically trying, the real reason she wanted to talk Billy out of it was like, look, Billy, don't get your ass beat right over here in this store. He already punched you once. Like I feel like that's what Phyllis was really trying to say. Like without saying it, she's trying to to keep Billy's ego in check, but she really wanted to say like, look, Adam is gonna f you up if you keep this up, Billy. So why don't you go take yourself along somewhere? So maybe if they can make Adam more but he just needs to stand up to, I mean, shut down more of these characters, like, and be more of a serious business owner. Right now, he's running Newman Media, but that's right under Victor. Victor could take that away from him anytime he wants, and he will. Like, let Victor, for somehow, some reason, fail this company to get over the Chancellor thing. If Billy and Phyllis by miracle are able to beat Victor, that would first of all that would be a miracle. Second of um, all Victor would do is be like, all right, Adam, get out of Newman Media. I'm giving it back to Victor. And Adam would get mad. And then Victor, 6 months later, would buy another company and try to push family unity. And they would act like, oh no, Adam is so ungrateful. He's never had he blew every opportunity that you gave him, even though we would see that you did screw him over with that in the media. And that's just how that would be.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. I do have a question though for you though. Or not even so much a question, just a comment though. I
Mm-hmm.
remember DC was in your chat yesterday. Um, and you was like, listen, I get what Adam did and what he did as far as what Dalu was wrong. But like, I guess you was saying this more to DC. It's like you need to sit and acknowledge the fact that Billy did sit there and leave this girl in the dark alone with a dog by herself. Like, it's almost the same thing with Sharon and Cassie, right? Like, she tries to make this, she tries to drive this point. It's almost like she's sitting there. She almost tries to make this point where it's like it was Daniel that was sitting there driving the car. It's like, no, it was Cassie that was driving the car. And yeah, Daniel was sitting there drinking, but how many other teenagers that was there that was sitting there drinking? Like, you always come at the Daniel, but other older teenagers there was too. Other older teenagers there was there as well. So it's like, why aren't you giving the rest of them that same energy that you're giving Daniel?
Exactly, because my thing is, I really what I thought was that Daniel hit Lucy drunk and driving, like the way they were talking. That's what I thought. And then when I did the actual research, I was like, wait a minute, that didn't happen. So Daniel did not kill Cassidy. So I mean Cassius. So they could miss me. Sharon could miss me. And then Dolomedic says Weiner doesn't need a new character to be the new Victor. They had awesome leads in the past, like Catherine Chancellor. They just need to elevate someone in their 30s or 40s age range. That's true. Um, they could, but I'm just saying that if it was because life isn't guaranteed to any one of us. So, like Josh Griffith, I feel is so quick to let Victor still topple every single body instead of building up worthy contenders to carry this show. Like, I mean, Jack Abbott could be strong, but even he's had to bow down to Victor many times before. So I just I really think that Josh Griffith should take what happened to him to
Trying to
yeah,
remember his name. The actor that plays John.
real yeah, I'm trying to think of his real life name. Yeah. But yeah, John, if he could think about that, right, when he's writing The Young and the Restless, he should take that into consideration. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, yes, and really, that's the same thing with Jack. I mean, yeah, the actor that plays Jack he's not as old as Victor, but he's old enough. And I think that the point is that okay, maybe we may not need another Victor Newman, but they need somebody else to sit there and carry the show in a sense that has almost that same essence as Victor Newman. You need somebody like that because it's almost like with Sonny. Oh, Drake Hogan's.
Yeah, Drake.
Um,
Okay.
but
Thank you.
yeah, that's the same thing with Sonny. It's like you need to start finding some other people other than just having Sonny constantly be the person that's like carrying the show. Like you need some other people because once Sonny goes or the actor leaves or anything like that, you're going to be in a tailspin. So yeah, so I do
Well,
agree with that.
with General Hospital, though, I feel like they have more a little bit more options range because basically, let's not forget they basically made that the Carly show anyways. They shoehorn her everywhere. So if something happened to Sonny, you got Carly right there.
Yeah, never mind. You're right.
So they shoehorn. It would be all about Carly anyways. If Sonny did die suddenly, that'd be all about Carly. And then they have General Hospital. The difference between General Hospital and Young and the rest of General Hospital has like millions of characters that they could easily focus on. Let's not forget the highest rated episode ever was of General Hospital was still Luke and Laura. So Laura is still around to this day. So with General Hospital, I wouldn't be as worried. But
Yeah,
Young and Restless, on the other hand, Victor Newman is pretty much the truth. Like I said, if he was suddenly not there, that would be a huge loss for the show because his
yeah,
storyline would be connected to everybody.
that's true. That's actually true. That's 100% true.
Person. Why is Natalia still there? That is a good question. I would have gotten rid of Natalia a long time ago, but she's still here because
Um,
but they want to listen to Albert for somehow. Albert insisted that they keep her around. So matter of fact, nope, we could blame him. It is Albert Bostic's fault. He's the one
yep,
that clear. He put that in his title one day that White Natalia needs to be a permanent character. So therefore, that is all
yep,
on you.
yep. That's right. I'll sit there and take all the smoke, all the blame for it. I'm cool with that. I'm gonna follow my guy Kyrese's lead. So
Oh, it's all on Albert. That's the reason why. But I mean, I don't know. She could potentially. I mean, but she really is just so bland to me. Like I really don't see the reason why we still need her, though. But what about you, Albert?
I mean, I can see a lot of reasons for her not to be on the show. Her daughter left. She doesn't really have any connections to the town, pretty much. Like, yeah, I can see that point. I think in the beginning it was only interesting because it was like, okay, she said some stuff that was homophobic, right? And they were wrong and stuff like that. But I feel like maybe she was one of those characters that stayed on a little bit longer and actually grew from that and actually kind of changed. Because here's the thing, people can sit there and say some stuff out of pocket, but people can learn and grow. And I think that's I don't know, like you need kind of that edgy character in a sense, but not overly overt, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like Asa was, I guess apparently he was somewhat racist, but like he kind of learned and stuff like that. He kind of realized like he was kind of a crappy person for the way he was. So I don't know, but she doesn't have any ties to the show. That's the problem. Like your daughter ain't there anymore. You're not managing her, so like why are you still here for? Okay, you're working at deception. That's cool, but like you don't have a reason to be there. Honestly, to tell you the truth, I just think that she's hot and maybe she can have a redeeming storyline. She doesn't have to look like so crappy as a human being for like the way she was towards the LGBT community.
Hmm. Doesn't Natalia have a? Yeah, she does have a son, but her son isn't in town either. So that,
Exactly. Her son is in Puerto Rico, so like again, like she don't have a reason to stay.
that is true. I would have. Yeah, I would just. I would get rid of Natalia. They want to shave off whatever budget that they gave her for her salary. You want to save some checks. Let's bump off Natalia Ramirez. She could definitely. It's not needed.
Maybe if she came back as her other character from All My Children, that will be okay. If she had a reason to stay, she had a reason to stay, and she came back from All My Children, then that would be interesting if she had a reason to stay.
Still
But
in the
just
same
having
universe.
it there,
I'd be okay with that.
yeah,
As
yeah,
long as she's no longer Natalia and they never mention Natalia again, I'll be fine with that.
yeah. Any other questions you want to sit there and ask or anything like that?
And then Alicia says, "How could have Kylie been? She wasn't even with Samantha." Oh, he responded to Juan's comment. She just responded to. Let's see. Oh yeah, are you Team Audra or Team Kyle?
They're both terrible people. Like they're both kind of annoying people. Um, I guess I would sit there and go with Team Audra just because like Kyle. Like here's the thing: if Kyle is out of a job, Kyle is rich. If Audra's out of a job, she's pretty much screwed. She don't got money like that. She don't got Kyle's money. So it's like I can sit there and rock with Audra a little bit more because she's not a rich prick.
That's true. I'm definitely Team Audra over there because, like you said, Kyle's already a privileged jerk, and Audra needs to secure her bag. And then, do you think that Christina and TJ are going to run into each other at the baby's gravesite and have a heated exchange? Has that been missing so far?
Yeah, it has been, and I can like I said, I can see both sides of where they're coming from. Um, so it's one of those things where it's like I can't pick like a side. Like I can't sit there and say I'm for TJ and Molly or I'm for Christina because I can see Christina's point of view as well. You know, things do happen. People do change their minds, and it's unfortunate, but it's human nature. You know.
Hmm. The only All My Children character we need on GH is Anna's ex-husband, the dastardly Dr. David Howard. Uh, yeah, because don't they have a child together? I think that child may have not made it at one point. Kyle, even though he's a jerk. Why are you on Kyle's side, Lashanta? I'm curious about that. Um, yeah, I'm definitely, I'm definitely Team Audrey Charles because first of all, she is hot.
Yeah, see, I was gonna say that, but I was like, I needed to be more than just hot. But yes, that's definitely true. But also, Kyle's a prick, though. Like,
She is. I mean, he is. And then I'm all for TJ and I'm for TJ and Molly. Ain't nobody's fault. Audra burnt her bridges. Look, Audra got sick of being with Tucker. Okay, Tucker wasn't trying to treat Audra like the woman that she is. He wasn't trying. He wasn't trying to evaluate her. He just treated her like a second choice, like some side chick. when
bro, bro, bro.
Charles
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. We were doing so well.
deserves deserves so much better than what Tucker was offering her. He half-assed.
Tucker was, yo, listen, Tucker was offering her that job, strings, no strings, and now she decides to not take it. And she's working for Victor Newman. So like,
Now that
she's.
was now that was a miscalculation on her part. Okay, I will give her that. You should have taken that money from that devil. But you know what? I don't blame Audrey for feeling scorned though, because he screwed her over so many times. After she was there for him, she was the only one that cared about him. But
I feel like you're trolling me at this point.
she gave
I
him
feel like
all
I
of
feel like you're
him.
trolling me at this point.
He mistreated her like, and then she had to sleep with that horrible man. I'm like, ugh.
Now she's working for Victor Newman.
I'm just
Oh my
saying.
god.
Audra Charles has been through a lot in her life. She had a drunk daddy. She was fired by that evil, nasty Nikki Newman for no good
Would you want
reason.
would you want to work for Victor Newman?
Hell no.
Okay, there you go. Come on, bro. You can't turn this. Yo, you are literally working overtime, using every mental gymnastic trick in the book. You're tiring me out, bro. Stop it.
um, that look, Audra Charles. I really see the value in her character for the long term for the show, though. Like, cause she's a strong standalone character. Like,
They give her some stuff. They give her some. They give her some. They give her some story. I can rock with it. Come on, bro. You know she would. She at one point she was being kind of extra. Because if you were just like, all
all
right,
right,
well, you
and
know,
yeah, like at some point, like yeah, then that's when like when he already offered her the company, that's when she was being extra with the rest of that. Talking about because I won over Tucker. That's now that was when it was whatever. But I'm talking about their relationship though. Audra really did genuinely care about him and was really trying to be there for him, and he put her last each and every time. Audra was short-sighted and didn't believe Becker would give her the company with no strings attached. It's true, he wouldn't have. I
and
heard
then
that.
she want to work. And then she want to working for Victor.
Yeah,
So
that is true. She did sign up for her own hell, technically, working for Victor Newman.
I actually do. I do actually like that thumbnail that you put. It was like 3 months ago. It says Tucker faking it. Tucker faking his heart attack.
Yeah,
That's a good thumbnail right there. I like that.
man. Yeah,
You got creativity, my friend.
thank you. But I believe that was almost everything. Was there any final thoughts that you had?
This was fun. We definitely have to sit there and do this again. This is fun. So yes,
Of course. Yes, and everybody hit that like button. That helps keep that momentum growing.
share the video also. Share the video because that also helps. So if you could share the video,
Share the stream. Share it to your mom, to your dad, to your pops, to your lover, to your side lover. Share it to anybody that you can. We'll
and
appreciate
also and also pray and also pray for Kyrie's when he sits there and put up that title.
it.
Um,
I am. I'm gonna do it. Sam McCall is dead, and more happy times on General Hospital with the exclamation point.
remember, I want the title just like that. Okay, I don't want you to soften it at the last minute and
Oh,
kind of cushion the blow for people. No, 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 no. We want 100% Kyrie's Clark up
oh,
in there.
y'all gotta get it and watch that night. I'm gonna be on one. I will be
Okay.
on one, and I will share and I'm gonna share that video everywhere I get. I'll be like, oh yeah, I put that on that forum. I'll be like, yep, this is what I thought about Sam. I sure
My
I'll be
dude,
bastard.
my dude's gonna be public enemy number one in
Come
like
on,
7 days.
tell
I'm
tell them
looking.
tell them to bring it. I swear I will. I'll do it.
I got your back, Kyrie.
I
I got
will
your back.
10 toes down. But yes, have a great night, everybody. And Albert, I will see you soon in your members chat with DC. I will be in that comment section. So.
All right, man. I appreciate you. Thank